How can it be Thursday already? Oh my gosh. One day I'm gonna get my voice back, and I'm gonna become I'm gonna go on The Voice or something. I'm gonna become like the greatest singer in the world. One day. Maybe not in this lifetime, but one day you can count on that happening. Hey, we're in a series this week called How to Sell. We're talking about sales. And I know a lot of people get scared. They're like, yo, I don't want to talk about sales. I'm not a salesperson. I can't sell. Selling's not my thing. Selling slimy, selling sleazy. And I'm here to tell you, bro, you're selling something already. You're selling yourself on the idea that you're not in sales. It's not true. Sales is in every aspect of your life. The only challenging thing is you may be selling ideas, beliefs, concepts around yourself that are not productive. You might be selling in a way that is actually detrimental to your life. And it's all because you say, I'm not a salesperson. I don't sell. We're all salespeople. We are all selling. Every single one of us. And we've been talking about that this week. We're going to continue that series today. So welcome to #RiseAndGrind. Let's go. Good morning and welcome to the #1 morning show in America. I am your host, Glenn Lundy, husband to 1, father to 9, author, speaker, and the founder of 800%.life. It's 5:30 a.m. and it's time to rise and grind. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Thursday. That's right. Today is Thursday. Yay. Can we say Thursday? Or is that like you can only say that on Friday? Are you only allowed to say Friday? You're not allowed to say Thursday? Can you say Tuesday? Is Tuesday an option? Or does it just have to be Taco Tuesday? You ever ask yourself any of these questions? Or am I just a weirdo? Do you ever ask yourself, like, why are things the way that they are, and who made that rule? And once they made that rule, like, when did, one of the things I loved about Elon Musk's book, if you haven't read Elon Musk's, it's not an autobiography because he didn't write it, but it's whatever the other word is where somebody else writes your biography, that type of thing. And in that book, he talks about he had a standard rule. Like people would always, his engineers and stuff, they would say, well, hey, we can't do this because there's a law in place, or we can't do this because there's a policy in place, or we can't do this or whatever. And Elon Musk would always say, okay, great. I understand that and I appreciate that. We will honor that as soon as you can tell me who wrote that law into place, who wrote the policy. Not like, oh, it's a company policy. Oh, it's a government law. Like, who wrote it? Who was the human being that wrote this into place, that signed this into place? Who was the human being? And so these people would like go on these journeys to try to find, and they would find out that like in 1932, somebody wrote a law or a rule into place because it made sense in 1932, but it doesn't make sense in 2032, which is around the corner, by the way. And that's part of how he's been so successful is just cutting out, all of these different areas where we're just doing what we've always done. It made sense at some time, but it doesn't necessarily make sense today. So I always find it interesting, who wrote that? Who wrote that rule, right? That you can only celebrate Friday when all the days end in day. Who wrote that rule, right? Who wrote the rule that Taco Tuesday's got to be in place? Why can't it be Taco Saturday? You know what I'm saying? Anyways, my brain is always thinking like this. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is Thursday, January 22nd, 2026. That's right. Today is Thursday, January 22nd, 2026. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Thursday, January 22nd, 2026. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most, and I do mean the absolute most of this absolutely incredible, That's right. Absolutely incredible day. Now, I'm supposed to be wearing a specific shirt today. So I should probably, which one? You guys vote down in the comments because Jessica wants me to wear one of these shirts today. So do you want me to wear the red shirt today, which these are the limited edition shirts that are coming out or that they're now in our gear shop for next month, for February. Do you want me to wear the purple shirt? Or do you want me to wear the pink shirt? All right, just go ahead and vote down in the comments which one you want me to put on. The purple one, the red one, or the pink one. That's what I love about this show, man. It's live. It's interactive. You guys get to choose, all right? You guys get to choose how we're doing it up in here, all right? Marcus says, wear the red one. I've got a red, a pink, and a purple so far, all right? Red, pink, and purple. 1, 1, 1. Okay, oh, there's another purple. There's another purple. Oh, purple's starting to take the lead. Oh, there's a red. There's a red. Red and purple are now tied. Pink is behind, but getting back in the game. Pink's behind. Pink's there by 1. Oh, purple took the lead. Oh, red just took another lead. Oh, red is officially taking the lead. It's coming down the stretch. Oh, purple came back. Oh, purple is coming back over the top. Pink's trying to hang in there, but it's not necessarily working. Ramon says pink is nice, but not for Glenn. Okay, good. Oh, Liza comes in. She says purple. Rodney, purple is up by 2. Red just came back. Oh, red's making a comeback. Oh, it's go. Oh my God. Oh, and then purple just jumped back up. Oh my God, it's neck and neck. Oh, Rodney jumped the red. Oh, Rodney's like red. Oh, Ramon says purple. You already voted, though, Ramon. You already voted. I can't count that vote again. It looks like going once. Well, Tony, I think she already did that one. Tony did that. I already counted that vote. Going once. Oh, Tabitha comes back in with purple. And Eileen takes it across the top with Sol Saltino. And purple is the winner. We are going to drop purple in here. How about that, dude? We had like a little horse race in here this morning. And purple came out in the end with the win at the wire. The underdog comes through. Oh, my gosh. What a way to start the morning. Let's go. There it is. Boom. We got our purple limited edition all heart shirt on. Thank you guys for that. I love the energy that was around that. That was amazing. By the way, if you want one of these shirts, you can go to 800%.life. Go to the shop. What's up, Alex? Go to 800%.life. Go to the shop, and you can get 800% all heart. And these are only available through February. They will be gone after that. So go grab yourself one. All right, check it out. Coming to you live from Lexington, Kentucky. Here in Lexington, Kentucky, pretty cold today. It's going to get colder this weekend. It's going to get colder next week as we kind of have this weird kind of snowstorm coming through. I think a lot of people are going to be impacted by it. Hopefully you see it coming. Preparation is key. Right? Preparation is key to things like this. So make sure that you are safe, make sure that you are prepared, and make sure that you are ready in case some cold weather kind of holds down the fort and has you kind of hanging out around the house. But what we love about kind of situations like this when there's cold weather is that, people tend to lock down. We can learn new things and so on and so forth. We actually, in this middle of this cold winter that we're in, we had a 2-day sales accelerator event right here at our offices, the 800% Club offices. So we had a 2-day accelerator event. It was amazing. 2026 accelerators event. We had an amazing time. We had lots of lessons that everybody learned and grew together, which was amazing. This was our first time in the new office that we packed the house. So we had just over 30 salespeople come in for this 2-day event. It was super, super fun. I was really proud of my team. They pulled off an incredible event. The office looked amazing. Everybody kind of stepped up and did different things that maybe they normally wouldn't do. Nick did some training on AI, which was incredible. Sam Cox, my guy, did a lot of training on leadership. Evan did a lot of training on closing skills. Casey jumped in and did some stuff for us on the live Zooms with our dealers. She's our marketing expert. So it was just a really amazing event. And it was perfectly in line with what we've been talking about this week on the show. because we have been talking about how to sell. That's the name of the series this week, How to Sell. And as we've been talking about how to sell, we broke down earlier in the week how this sales thing is something that has been with us from the very beginning. From the beginning of humans and mankind, we had to sell others on ideas that, hey, follow me, you'll be safe. Follow me, we'll be warm. Let's use fire. Let's hunt this thing down. Even before there was language and communication, people had to sell other people on the ideas, the thoughts, the beliefs that ultimately were going to hopefully put them in a better position. Or maybe in some cases, I'm positive in a lot of cases, they were selling people on ideas that took them to bad places. But ultimately, sales exists in every one of the pillars of life when it comes to our faith, and we need to sell ourselves on the truth that there is something bigger than this thing called life, and we have to sell our spouses and our kids to listen to us and do business with us, if you know what I'm saying. Different type of business, the business that gets you 9 kids, that type of thing. And you got to sell your friends on, hey, you could have lots of friends, but you should be friends with me. You got to sell yourself on fitness, right? You got to sell yourself when it comes to, I'm going to the gym today. Even though it's cold outside, I'm going to make it happen, right? You got to sell yourself on a penny put away today can turn into $1 tomorrow. Let's not go splurge on all that. And this whole idea that money can't buy you happiness, we agree, but it's definitely better to have some money than to not. I think we can all agree with that. And you got to sell yourself when it comes to your career, that you are competent and confident so that you can get that raise, so that you can get your promotion. When it comes to our education system, we're selling our kids on the ideas and here's our history and this is why America is great and so on and so forth. And the kids are selling us on how we need to change our technology and the way that we teach. And when it comes to our mental health, this is the biggest sell of all, right? You got to sell yourself on the truth, which is you are a powerful, amazing, incredible being. And what happened yesterday has no bearing on what could happen for you today or even more importantly, tomorrow, right? Like we are constantly in sales cycles, constantly. But yet so many people want to avoid this word sales. They're just so scared of it. I'm not in sales. Sales is sleazy. I don't sell. And so we've been breaking it down this week in earlier episodes. And today, day four of this series, How to Sell. And today I'm going to kind of break down. We started it a little bit yesterday, but that's a full recap from kind of the week. And then we are going to dive right in. And you're going to walk away today having better knowledge and experience on how to sell. Don't always think sell means I have T-shirt, you go buy it. That's not always what selling means. There's so many different aspects of it, and it's important that you know and understand it. And this week, I'm going to help you do that. Before we go too far, though, my new favorite kind of jiggy song right here. Marilyn Wilkin calls it the Bruno Mars. But before we go too far, we got to do some dancing on this show. That's right. For those of you that know and those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where we're going to get our bodies in motion. An object in motion stays in motion. An object at rest stays at rest. So I want you to get your body in motion. No matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, let's go. I wonder if I can spin in this chair. Yeah. No matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, get your body in motion, all right? Get that energy going. Let's go. Come on, we got to get pumped up. We got a lot of work to do today. So I don't care if you're at work. I don't care if you're in the car. I don't care if you're on a run. Step it up right now. Maybe you're out lifting weights or something. Pick up the weight. Let's go. Get your body in motion. This is also the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. Hit that share button. That's motion. You are creating motion. You push the share button. It goes out to somebody else. Most of you are in this room because somebody shared this show and it made an impact in your life. So do the same. Pay it forward. Hit that share button. Lastly, this is the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you and I want you to say good morning to me. Whether you're watching live or you're watching on replay, say what's up and I'll say what's up back. All right? Let's do it. Trisha Rue, good morning to you. Great to see you. Young Johnson is in the building. Dude, and I am getting ads in my feed on these live streams. This has never happened before. It started yesterday and it's happening again today. It's like ad coming up. Ads in the middle of a live. I've never had it. I don't know if you guys are getting it too anyway. But anyway, good morning, Christina Howard. Great to see you. Sol Salcido's in the building. I see Mike Rendine. I asked yesterday, but I don't think I got the answer to that. Marilyn Wilkin is in the building. Antonio Barbosa, thank you for being here, Antonio. I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. That is for sure. John Note is in the building. Kevin Fadley's in the building. Greg Becker's in the building. Angela Heath is in the building. Samantha Baker's in the building. Sean Jones in the building. Robin Wilshan's in the building. Liza Myers Borges is in the building. Malika Carey's in the building. Alexandria Nicole was in the building. Let's go. Wendy Reeves is up in here. Marcus Ellis. What's up, Marcus Ellis? You the man. Sarah Green is in the building. Eileen Mitnick is in the building. Denny Rust, good morning. Tony Schmidt, good morning. Let's go. Rodney Rock Hatfield is in the building. Kevin Mashi Antonio is up in here. Kendall McDonald, what up, what up, what up? Kendall McDonald, thanks for being here. Rich Pintrick is in the building. Glendine Green is up in here. Trellis Thomas is in the building. Tara Hope, Jim Tursky, Jerry Robinson. Shout out to all my folks that are watching on replay. I love my replay viewers. 95% of the people that watch this show watch it on replay. Make sure you drop a name. Make sure you drop a comment. I'll come back. I'll say what's up to you as well. Tony Thorstad, what's up? Angela Hastings, I'm not sure if I said your name already, but I'll say it again. And so many more. Packed house. Man, I got to tell you, we've been growing like crazy. The Facebook group that we launched, 800%.life, it is growing and growing and growing. If you are already a member, make sure you invite your friends. Come join us. This is the group where we're going to be kicking off live events. This is the group where you can connect with other like-hearted people all around the world, filled with motivation, education, inspiration. Make sure you're a part of the group. Make sure you're inviting friends to the group. And thank you. If you're not a part of it, come join us. Also, we now have a Morning 5 app, which soon will be actually in the App Store, but you can download it ahead of time as a beta version. What's up, Brenda Mayfield? You can download it ahead of time in a beta version if you go to m5.800%.life. m5.800%.life. And in this app, you can also invite friends and you can get points, and those points will help you get free gear. Gear kind of like this. 800% all heart limited edition shirt that we've got. So go to 800%.life for that. And make sure you're a part of the app. Make sure you're high-fiving your friends. We keep making updates to that. It's pretty amazing. Last little announcement I have is my daughter has not had a social media channel for 16 years of her existence. She is now 16, and my wife and I have made a decision that she can have a Instagram channel. However, she can have it as a tool. And so basically, we want to connect with the younger generation as well right here in this community. And so I gave her our 800%.life Instagram channel. Gave it to her. It's hers. Now she's trying to figure some stuff out. She's been posting pictures of the babies and the kids. She's posting pictures of the new 800% all heart shirt. So I'm sharing this with you. If you have teenagers, maybe you have teenagers or those that are in their young 20s and they don't want to follow Glenn Lundy and they don't want to follow, whatever. All right. Send them to this Instagram page. Savannah is going to be using this as a tool to help share the idea of an 800% life to kids of her generation. So I just told her, take it over. She's like, what do I post? I'm like, I don't know. You're a teenager. What would a teenager post? And she's like, I don't know. I'm like, hey, go just do you, bro. Just do you and make sure to integrate all the 800% stuff. Because at my house, you can't avoid it. Everyone in my house is always wearing 800%. Daddy's talking about 800%. We're tattooed 800%. Savannah joined me at the gym yesterday morning at 6:30 a.m. Her and Joel are supposed to join me at the gym today. So I'm trying to teach them to be powerful in all 8 pillars of life when it comes to faith, family, fitness, friends, finances, career, education, mental health. I'm trying to teach them to be powerful in all those areas. And I think that we can leverage her youthfulness to help draw some of your kids into this 800% life. So that if you just look up 800% life on Instagram, you'll find the channel. Drop her a follow, or have your teenagers drop her a follow. She's learning. This is her first experience on social media. She has not been on there for 16 years, and we're trying to be delicate with it and make sure she knows it's not a toy, it's a tool. It's not a toy, it's a tool. All right, let's finish this how to sell, basically part 2 from yesterday. All right, check it out. I sent this out to you yesterday, right? Sales is the art of communicating an idea so clearly that others can duplicate it and believe that it adds value to their lives. Sales is the art of communicating an idea so clearly that others can duplicate it and believe it adds value to their lives. Now, the first word on here is art, and we talked about that yesterday, that sales is an art. And as an art, that means it's fluid. It means it's loose. It means it can be interpreted differently by different people. Some people look at a red square and they think it's worth $87 million, as these guys discussed in this clip.
That success without fulfillment is failure.
Right? And I showed that clip yesterday. I'm not going to show the whole clip today, but some people think a red square is worth $87 million. Other people think a red square ain't worth Jack's nipple, right? So sales is the art, keyword, of communicating an idea so clearly that others can duplicate it and believe it adds value to their life. The next major keyword in this is the word communicate. Now, we have to all understand, we talked about this yesterday, communication has very specific aspects to it. If you are the source looking to communicate, you have to make sure that you have intention to be heard. You have to make sure that you have the attention of the person you want to hear you, and you have to make sure that there is full understanding of the idea it is that you're trying to deliver. And that requires distance, that requires certain tone, that requires speed, that requires for you to have inflection points, ups and downs when it comes to how you speak. Sometimes you got to speak a little bit faster and you got to speak a little bit louder. And other times you got to bring it down. You got to go kind of soft. You got to slow it down. You got to bring it in. That way you can hold a conversation, man. It's rhythm. It's music. Communication is music. It's got to have highs, lows. It's got to have the drops. It's got to have everything in between. Otherwise, if you're just simply monotone, talking in the same tone all the time, don't nobody want to listen to you, man. I'm telling you. All right? So you have to understand there's an art to communication. So sales is the art of communicating an idea so clearly that others can duplicate it and believe that it adds value to their lives. The next major word in here that we have to kind of highlight and underline is this word duplicate. Duplicate can be probably the most challenging part of sales, because you can know it inside and out. You can see it in your head why something's valuable. You can probably even see where for the consumer this would be a really, really powerful thing. But how do you take a picture in your mind, a thought that's in your mind, a belief that's in your mind, and how do you get that to imprint on somebody else? Right? Because if I were to tell you all, man, that cough snuck up on me. If I were to tell you all, like you're all in different, like you, my friend, are in a different city than me, many of you. You're in a different state, you're in a different country. And so if I were to say right now, and we should probably do this one time, we'll do it tomorrow. But if I were to be like, okay, I need you to draw a picture of a house. And I want that house to have 3 windows and a door. And I want there to be a circular shaped awning over the door. And I want there to be a chimney on the roof of the house. Now draw it. Now, if I asked you all to draw that picture, how many different pictures do you think we would get? How many different pictures do you think we would get? If there's 2,000 people that watch the show today, how many different pictures do you think we would get from those 2,000 people that watch the show? I can give you the right answer. The right answer is we would get 2,000 different houses. Simple as that, right? Because just because I said it's a house, and just because I said it has 3 windows, and just because I said it has a door and a circular awning over the top of it and a chimney sticking out on the left, that's not enough to actually duplicate. You see, duplication requires very specific attention to detail. I have to be able to paint an image that my experience has painted for me into you, but yet your experiences in life are completely different than mine. Walk through life with brown skin and you'll see the world differently than if you walk through life with white skin. Walk through life with black skin, you'll see the world differently than people that walk through life with brown skin. Walk through life in China, you'll see life differently than people who walk through life in America. Walk through life poor, you'll see the world differently than walking through the world rich. Walk through life named Glenn, and you'll see the world differently than being named Melinda. So the art of sales is you have to get really good at being able to duplicate. And in order to duplicate, you have to really understand communication, which we just talked about, and you also have to understand that there's an art to it. If I'm talking to a 5-year-old when I'm trying to duplicate, that's different than talking to a 10-year-old. When I'm talking to a 10-year-old, that's different than talking to a 20-year-old. When I'm talking to a 40-year-old, that's different than talking to an 80-year-old. That's why with 800% Elite Automotive Club, we teach sales training. We don't teach word tracks. We don't teach word tracks. And I know a lot of sales trainers, that's what they teach. They teach word tracks. I totally get it. I understand it. I know why you do it. However, I don't believe it's effective. Because a word track that works on a 25-year-old is not going to necessarily work with a 75-year-old. And for some 75-year-olds, if you talk to them like you would a 25-year-old, they're going to smack you. And for some 25-year-olds, if you talk to them like they're 75-year-olds, then they're going to walk on you. So you have to understand different audiences, man, different language, different approach. Now, do I believe word tracks have position? Yes, word tracks have position. They help us, what do I say when someone says this? Well, you say this. It's a great place to start. But ultimately, you have to learn to be a chameleon in this game of sales. You have to be able to learn to adapt. So listen, sales is the art of communicating an idea so clearly that others can duplicate it. And next key word here is believe. You see, they have to believe that ultimately your concept, your idea, whatever, is going to add value to their lives, because people only buy into you. People only buy your product. People only buy your concept or idea. People only buy when the value exceeds the price. It's the only time. There's never other time. People do not buy when value equals price. People buy when value exceeds price. So they have to believe that what they're getting is bigger and better than what they're giving. This is why you and I, before we go buy something, we go on Google and we look up, well, what are their Google reviews? Or if we're on Amazon, we'll look at what are these people saying on Amazon? What are people saying in the comments? Because what we're trying to do is we're trying to help sell ourselves on a belief that this thing's going to make our lives better. You see, value is a tricky thing. It's the trickiest part of sales. That's why a lot of people struggle with it a whole lot, is people think that what's valuable to them is ultimately valuable to someone else, and it's not necessarily the case. You see, everybody's values are a little bit different. What they value comes down to culture. It comes down to how they were raised. It comes down to where they come from. But if you can get someone to believe under their value set, if you can get someone to believe under their value set, not your value set, but their value set, if you can get someone to believe under their value set that what you are offering will enhance their lives, sales becomes the easiest thing on planet Earth. It becomes so incredibly easy. You won't have to sell. Like, people will they'll just buy. Now, I'm using these words sell and buy because we're in a series, but please understand, I'm not talking about retail transactions. I mean, I am, but that's only a piece of it. Whatever it is you're selling, yourself, your promotion, your raise, your role in the family, your role in the community, whatever it is, bro. If you can get them to believe that that is going to be more valuable in their lives, they'll be begging you for it. You see, here's what's interesting. A great salesperson is constantly asking themselves, what does the customer find valuable? They're not asking themselves, what do I find valuable? Terrible salesperson, selfish. Amazing salesperson, selfless. A great salesperson is saying, okay, what is their style? How do they look? How do they feel? Are they more concerned with how things look, or are they more concerned with practicality or usefulness? Like, what motivates and drives this individual? Maybe this individual is driven by peace and quiet and solitude. Like, my wife is driven, dude. If I want to do anything, all I got to do is include a nap for my wife, and it's done, bro. It's done. Hey, hon, I want to go to, I don't know. I want to go to Jamaica by myself for a week. My wife will be like, well, what's in it for me? I'm like, bro, I'm sending over a professional nanny to make sure that you get a nap, a 3-hour nap every single day that I'm gone. She'd be like, enjoy Jamaica. She would. She'd be like, go, bro. Go get it. Long as I can get a nap every day, I don't care. That's what's valuable to her. It's not valuable to me. It's valuable to her, right? You got to know what's valuable to them. You see, you got to understand, like, here's what I want you to imagine. I want you to imagine, instead of a salesperson, I want you to imagine that you're a farmer. Okay? Like, imagine that you are, with every sentence, with every word, with every piece of your body language, just imagine that you're a farmer that is planting seeds. So you're planting these seeds through your words, through your communication, through the way that you conversate. You're planting little seeds. You're like, hey, plant a seed, plant a seed, plant a seed. And what you're doing is you're planting seeds of, like, you're trying to grow belief. That's what sales really is. I'm trying to grow belief. I need you to believe in my idea. I need you to believe in my concept. I need you to believe in my product. I need you to believe in me. You're trying to grow belief. So you're out here and you're planting little seeds. You're not forcing people to do anything. You're not trying to harvest anything. Right? Like, imagine if all a farmer wanted to do was harvest. They didn't want to plant. They didn't want to nurture. They didn't want to grow. They just wanted to harvest, which is what a lot of salespeople do. That's why the sales get such a bad rep. It's because you have people out there that all they're trying to do is harvest, and they don't understand that that is the hardest way to go about sales, is to only focus on harvest. No, let's plant seeds. Seeds of belief through communication. And then let's nurture those seeds. Let's nurture them. Let's grow them. What's valuable to you, Robin? How can I serve you, Wendy? What's better for you, BG? right? Like I'm nurturing. I've planted some seeds and I'm nurturing. And then at some point, there will be a harvest. If you get really good at planting the seeds, nurturing the seeds. What's up, Frank? Get really good at planting the seeds, nurturing the seeds. At some point, there will be a harvest. Like there has to be. And it's so much easier to harvest when everything's ripe and ready than it is to try to harvest when these things are seedlings. Like these things aren't ready to be harvested yet. So I want you to think about sales in that sense. Right? I want you to think about whatever it is that you're trying to sell. Don't go for the harvest, instead plant the seeds. And just understand that like sales is the art of communicating an idea so clearly that others can duplicate it and believe it adds value to their lives. To their lives. So listen, my hope is throughout this week that I've been able to add value to your life through this series. My hope every day when I show up, I'm planting seeds, right? I'm like Monday morning, 5:30 a.m., plant some seeds. Tuesday, plant some seeds. Wednesday, plant some seeds. Thursday, plant some seeds. Friday, plant some seeds, right? I've been planting seeds 2,000 episodes, right? We're going on 2,000 episodes. We're planting seeds. And every once in a while, I'll try to nurture that a little bit, and I'll say, hey, just so you know, we've got these limited edition T-shirts. If you want to be a part of the team, you want to throw your jersey on, like, come join us. You can go over to the shop. It's super cool, man. But we've also got this group. It's free. You can join the group for free. I've also got an app that you can use for free. I've also got an ebook that you can download for free. All these, I'm just adding value, trying to add value. I'm trying to find what's valuable to you. Is the book more valuable to you? Is the shirt more valuable to you? Is the group more valuable to you? Is the app more valuable to you? Because for everybody, it's different. Maybe you just want to watch the show. Maybe you just want to hang out with me here every day. Maybe you want to actually ask questions. Maybe you want to go to Clubhouse, which is where I'm going to go next. Maybe you want to go to Clubhouse in the Breakfast with Champions room. And maybe that's more valuable to you. You're like, the listening part is cool, but to ask you some questions is even more cool. All right, cool. I'll go hop on over there for 15, 20 minutes. Answer a couple questions, right? Planting seeds. And then I might have an idea like, hey, let's get some ambassadors so that we can have live events so that we can get together all around the world. And then people raise their hand. They're like, yeah, that's valuable to me. I want to be an ambassador. I want to do that. I want to bring people together, equip them with the tools they need to succeed, and inspire them to be great. Right? Plant seeds, nurture. And then at some point down the road, there's some sort of harvest, man. And maybe that harvest is in the end, I'm standing in front of the God of the universe, and he says to me, well done, good and faithful servant. Maybe that's the harvest. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's a financial harvest. Maybe we do a big event, or we end up getting a great partnership, and the financial rewards are substantial. I don't know, man. I'm not worried about the harvest. I just want to plant the seeds and nurture, add value. So that's longer scope sales. Obviously, in like, if you're, selling a car, you don't have 2,000 episodes to do that, but you got to figure out ways that you can do that in a 2-hour conversation. Don't go straight to the harvest, man. Don't go straight to the harvest. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been an awesome, I get passionate, as you can tell, about this stuff. I went way over on time today. We will wrap this series up tomorrow. If there's any questions maybe you have or anything you want to share on insights, go over to the Clubhouse app and go to Breakfast with Champions. I'll be hanging out over there. Again, if you came in late, 800% Life Instagram channel. My daughter's running that channel. So if you have young people in your life that you would like to introduce them to the 800% way, then send them to the 800% Life Instagram channel. My daughter's running it. They can connect with other teenagers, and of course, have an amazing time, amazing day, and come back here again tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. We'll do it all over again right here on #Guys. See ya. We are live at 5:30 a.m. Eastern, BG. 5:30 a.m. Eastern. Let's go.